Adilaida, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I am going to be showing you guys what I usually do while stuck at home, specifically in my mom's room, because I am self-isolating right now. If you guys don't know, I work as an AIN at a hospital near my place, and last Sunday I was exposed to the COVID ward. So after my shift, my parents decided that I should isolate myself and get tested for coronavirus in case. But I've been taking precautionary measures. I have been using my PPE like really well. I know I haven't been negligent and all that, but given the scenario right now in the world, it's better for me to just be careful because there's so many people in our house and I just don't want to infect anyone if ever I have it. Hopefully I don't. Tomorrow I will get tested for coronavirus, so hopefully everything goes out. Like, hopefully my results will be negative. Fingers crossed. But while waiting for that to happen, I have been isolating in this room for the past 3 days now. Actually, this is the 3rd day, and so far I've been really productive. I've been catching up with my school, my uni work, and I've also been catching up with my Netflix series, like the series that I've been watching, and I stopped because of the uni work and all that stuff. Okay, so I'm planning to show you guys what the day is like just being stuck in here. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up and hit the notification bell to be notified when my next video will be. So without further ado, let's get started. So right now I'm on my desk and I have a lot of things in mind that I have to do in terms of my studies today. So the first thing on my list is fix my notes for all the weekly tutorials, start researching for my group presentation, which is due on the 5th of October, and finish my extra lectorial notes. And also, I need to email some stuff. And tonight, I will have a lecture meeting with my group mates for our group assessment in mental health. So yeah, those are the stuff that I will do today, and I will show you guys some helpful apps that help me really well so that I can study effectively. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys now. Most of my stuff are already online, so I only use these books for additional information, and these are also the prescribed books that were given to us, so I borrowed them from the library. So the first thing that I do immediately is to jot down or write down all the topics that are given to us. So it should show in the online class. So I'm gonna show you guys. Unit, it shows everything. So it's type 1, type 2, thyroid disorders, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, COPD, and all that stuff. So when I do get all of them, I write them all down in my book here, and I look for them in this thick book right here for understanding pathophysio. And I put a little bookmark at the top so that it's easier for me to skim. It's on the table of contents anyway, but for me it's easier, especially if I'm reviewing or looking for something that's related to that topic. It's easier for me, I guess. So this is stroke. I only use papers because I don't know, I feel like not buying for something like this because I didn't have to throw them out anyway. So this is Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and multiple sclerosis. So these are all the ones that are there. So that's what I do first when I get the topic. And then next, I get my prescribed books. I always go to the library before even the semester starts, and I borrow all the prescribed book like this, the anatomy, the understanding pathophysiology. This is a prescribed book for my health variations class, and the mental health care for my mental health class, and also the medical surgical nursing is also for my health variations class. So in second semester, for our uni, we have 2 health variations class. It's like anatomy and physiology, and then we have mental health, and we also have professional practice experience, which is like clinical skills that we learn at uni. So yeah, so the first thing I do every time I study is I log in. So I log in, and so it will show here on the left hand side all of my classes from like throughout the year. So it shows the spring session and the autumn session. Right now we are in the spring session, and if I go to the spring one, the health variations 2, and if we go to the learning modules, it actually shows all of our topics for this year. So when that happens, I actually write everything down, and then after that, that's when I start doing the tutorial notes. So the first thing I do is actually, so the first app that is really helpful for me, it's not really an app, is this online platform of our uni. It's really good, it's really efficient, it has everything, it's easy to use. We have here all our learning modules, and when you open them up, they give you a lecture if you're not able to go to the tutorial. They have different types of charts, and we also have pre-tutorial notes. So I'll get into that later, but basically these are the ones that are given by our university whenever we study. And it also shows our assessments and all that. So one helpful tip for anyone that's from my university, I guess, is to use the readings and resources list. So for me, I just have to wait because this happens in Mac. For me, I actually have a readings and resources, so it will open up now, and it actually shows all the books that we need. So I always go to this section even before I start the semester, and it also shows the additional readings. This doesn't only happen for this unit, this also happens for different types of units. So this will show you what your essential readings are. See, understanding pathophysio is there. It doesn't really matter if you don't have the same edition for assignments, yes, but if you're just reading for additional information, my one right now I think is the second edition. Yeah, it's the second edition, but the essential reading one is the third edition. But when I read both of the books, it's actually just the same thing. There's only a bit of differences. So yeah, and there's the medical surgical nursing, human anatomy. You can find all these books in the library except for the ones that are ebooks, like this one. So yeah, this is one thing that I do. First thing, go to the online platform and go to the readings and resources. That's where you can get anything that you need to finish your tutorial notes. So yeah, let's go now to the next one. So while I'm doing that, I actually would go to my next favorite app for studying, and that is OneNote. So let me just go there. So I have all, as you can see from my laptop right now, I have the dictionary, iMovie, Anki. So these are the ones that I always use. So I always use Microsoft Word for my essays. I always use Microsoft Outlook for my emails, university emails, and I also but the main important app from Microsoft that I use is OneNote. So this is like my notebook, my online notebook, OneNote obviously. So it has all of my units for the semester. So I have all of the weeks. So week 1 we have, I think it's chronic and disability. So this is where I put all of my notes, and yeah, it happens for all of the units basically. So this is really good to be writing down your notes here. It's really easy to follow through since there's you can align them for whatever order you want. And also, if you want to prepare your assessment, you can also do it here. And the really important one for me is the multiple choice questions. So whenever I do a multiple choice question in our online platform, I always copy everything, especially if I get them right. If I know that I get them right, I usually copy them and copy the answers, because I know that our final marks will come from our finals, which is just the multiple choice questions. So what I do is I get all the multiple choice questions from each week, for week 1, week 2 until week 9, because we're up to week 9 for the semester, actually week 12 I think. And I just try them all out, see where I'm lacking so that I can read more about that topic, and then copy them all so that's easier for me to review multiple choice questions. So yeah, this is why OneNote's really important. I have that for HV3 as well, mental health, and yeah, all of my notes are basically in here. So yeah, OneNote is really important. Another thing that's really important is probably my focus to do. So this app is like the Pomodoro technique. I don't have anything here because I finished all my work for this semester for now. That's why I don't have anything to do. But basically, you can put, let's say, a task. I need to do an oral presentation for type 1 diabetes. So you actually have the time there of how much you can put, and I think one lasts for 25 minutes. So after 25 minutes you will have a break for 5 minutes, and it increases, and it can show you there how much tasks you need to complete and how many is the completed ones that you have done. And it's like an alarm basically, and I think it's really important so that you won't get burnt out while you're studying. It's good to have breaks in between so that you know that you'll be focused on your work. Sometimes if you get all the time just focusing on your studies, sometimes you would want information to get in your brain, but then it doesn't work anymore because your brain is too tired. So I think it's really important to have that break as well. It's also important, if you're doing your online classes, not to look at the laptop for like straight an hour, or you're gonna have like an eye strain. Every 25 minutes, look somewhere far. It actually says in our views in our site that it will cause eye strain. I'll show you guys how they actually advised us not to look at the screen too much. I don't know if it's here, but they said, yeah, it causes eye strain basically. That's why you have to, oh, it's here. So to reduce the eye strain, you have to look far away, like around 10 meters away every 20 minutes for 20 seconds, so that your eyes doesn't get too tired. Because sometimes our eyes gets too tired because we're using our gadgets way too much. We are used to it, but then it's better to prevent any problems that may come up when you know. Yeah. And then the next one that really helps me out is, sorry, I'm just looking, countdown timer. Yeah, that one helps me out as well. Okay. Of course, we have Zoom. We use Zoom all the time, and Anki. Now, I found this from the Med School Insiders YouTube video, and so I tried using it. So this is just an example. You can make your own flashcards from here if you don't want to do them like Quizlet. So yeah, I'll get into Quizlet real quick. But then Anki is also really good if you are wanting to memorize everything right away. No, like not right away, but if you want to memorize something really in your own pace. I mean, Anki is really good because you can customize it with however you want it to be. So that's why I think Anki is really good. So the next thing that I actually like, so the next online app that I really like is Quizlet. In terms of memorization, I think it's really important that when you're memorizing diseases, pathophysiology, physiology, anatomy, and all that stuff, I think it's really important to do spaced repetition. Just keep repeating, keep looking, keep thinking about it, I guess. And one thing that's really helped me out is having flashcards. So when I was young, I used to have flashcards when, like, on paper, like physically, but then now it's hard and there's so many topics, so I ended up just using Quizlet or Anki, and I'll show you guys mine. So Anki is really good. So I've used up majority of them for my last semester, to be honest. Not yet for this semester, but I bet you I'll be using it when I'm studying for my final exams. So let's say, for example, for our health variations one from last semester, you actually have the choice to just look at the flashcards like that, learn it by them giving you the flashcards, and then you keep doing it, keep memorizing it like this, even you know well, remaining familiar. And if you keep doing it, you wouldn't realize that you've memorized all 321 flashcards, to be honest. And then at the end, you can also see all the terms in the set, and you can also play like gravity or match the words with the flashcard, match the flashcards with the ones that are at the back. So yeah, so these ones are like steroids. If you're really doing well with this one, then you can just type in the answer, and then yeah, I think most of you already knows how Quizlet works. So I think it's really good to have an account in Quizlet because it really helps you with studying. So yeah, that's another app. What else do I use? One thing that I use also is Lecturio. I've only seen this as an ad for the YouTube videos that I watched, like the nursing and medical YouTube videos that I've watched. So I tried it out. It's actually a premium. I think you can have it for like 30 days free, but then I was so dedicated that I tried the premium one. So I'll show you guys how it works. So basically in Lecturio, it's like having your own classes with, you can choose whatever you want. So for me, obviously I'm studying nursing, but now it will show you all of the different video libraries, and I've actually made my own study planner here and yeah, it shows how much percent you watched and you haven't watched, and you can also put the due date of when you need to finish all of them, so it reminds you. And I also have my own bookmarks. So for the classes that I'm doing now, the Health Variations 3 and Health Variations 2, so it shows here all the videos that I need to look at, all the quizzes that I need to do, see 642 unanswered. And also, if you want additional information, you have so many different articles. I think it's really good to have an account here. For example, I have here Raj, Carlo. So it gives you different scenarios as well, and yeah, it's really good. Like, I've been studying here while I'm making my notes on So I've been looking at all the videos from here, see, and it also shows that if I stopped or anything. So yeah, it's really good to have this as well. And I think it's really important for those who wants to get into medicine. This app is like a Bible. Let me just say that. And it helped me understand a lot of topics that I feel like was too fast when I was listening to it in terms of my university lecture. I feel like I couldn't grasp my mind into it. So I've decided to just look in the tutorial, searched it up, let's say for asthma, because we were studying asthma, and I don't know what asthma is. It should be here. So we were studying asthma, and see, in terms of Rhonda, this is Rhonda, by the way. I'll show you. Yeah, so she explains it really well, and you can adjust also the speed if you want her to be fast, if you want her to be very slow, if you want subtitle, if you just want it to be there at the side. Totally up to you. And if you also want transcript materials, this is where you can find them all. So I guess it's a really good app to use, and I've been using it ever since. Thank you to my mom for helping me pay for it.